Good evening, everybody. Kind of a special stream. No, not actually. We probably wouldn't call it a stream because it's just a recording. This is the first video that I'm recording that is not on stream. I think it's something though that I need to do for the channel, just for my own sanity's sake, and just so people kind of know where we're heading and what we're doing. We talk quite a bit on the channel about more of the technical side of things, getting things set up correctly, and what our overall goals for YouTube and things like that are. But I think within that, there's a category that kind of needs to get some attention, is specifically with the World of Warcraft content that I'm working on. It's obviously it's a big part of my channel. My whole channel art and everything is kind of based around the orc Peon. And we are playing quite a bit of World of Warcraft right now, enough that it's getting a little bit hard for me to follow everything, so I can only imagine what it must be for you guys. It's a little cold out right now, so let's go ahead and get into the studio here. February? Wow, why is it so cold still in February? It is starting to warm up a little bit, but it is still really chilly. So hopefully when you're watching this, it's nice and warm in summertime. But this is going to stay pinned at the top of my channel. That's the plan, at least. I'm going to keep it there as kind of like a guide for people coming to the channel that are new. Obviously, this doesn't take into account any of the other type of content that we do on the channel, like all the coffee chats, other games we play, like we're doing a Hogwarts Legacy playthrough right now. We have some more other games coming up too. We're going to be doing Diablo 4. We're going to be doing some Nintendo content with Yuki. Quite a few others actually in the works. I have an off the grid one that's almost ready to go. I just got to get the time to film it and stuff. But so there's a lot of stuff on the channel, but the World of Warcraft content, indeed, that's something that is kind of a beast. A lot of research on my part coming back to the game. Just a little bit of history for everybody, since probably this may be the first video that you see at the top of the channel if you're just discovering this channel. My history with the game, I was originally a vanilla World of Warcraft player. I started the game towards the end of vanilla, so I didn't really get too far into the vanilla game. I played a human rogue after I dabbled in an undead mage a bit while I was living in Japan the first time. Didn't get very far, probably like only level 20 or so. Then played a human rogue up to pretty close to the level cap. I didn't quite get there, but whatever, 50 or so, whatever it was at the time. And then the Burning Crusade came out, and from there on I was in it pretty. I started my Blood Elf Hunter that you can see in a lot of the channel art that I just queued up. She has been my main for the past almost 20 years now, since I rolled her right when the Burning Crusade came out. Took her to the Barrens as soon as I could. Made the big trek over there just in search of a purple dinosaur, because I wanted a raptor as my companion. I've been riding with her for quite a long time as a Beastmaster hunter, but things have changed quite a bit, and I've been away from the game for a long time. I played heavily through the first 3, 4, 5, 6 expansions, we'll say. Let's say 5. So vanilla, Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King was kind of my peak as far as socially interacting with other people, doing groups. I saw all the dungeons, Wrath of the Lich King. I never did do the raids, but after that I kind of got into hermit mode, you might say. I'm still playing a lot of World of Warcraft, but I played it in a different way. Every time a expansion would release, I would join the expansion and do all the quests possible. I was already chasing the Lore Master achievement at that time, so during Cataclysm was the first one that I got Lore Master on. Did all the quests in every zone solo. Never did one dungeon for Cataclysm, not that I can remember anyways. You know, I had friends that were playing the game too. We socialized. Maybe we grouped up a little bit for some quests, but for the most part, I was only solo, and I would pretty much just come back every expansion. Usually not on launch night because I've had some bad launch nights before. I still remember my buddy Villainous, who's a regular on the stream. He's the guy I'm playing the duo, Void Elf duo with currently. Villainous from that. I know him in real life, and one other friend. We drove up from San Diego all the way to the Fry's Electronics in where was it? It was somewhere like Anaheim or something like that. It's the one that was near Blizzard, though. Maybe Irvine. And we waited outside at the Fry's Electronics for the launch of the Wrath of the Lich King. We got to sit on the frozen throne. They had a big Frostmourne there. We took a bunch of pictures. I have some pictures. Maybe I'll show that on stream sometime. And we all got our collector's editions, drove back to San Diego, tried to log in, and it was just a mess. It was queues really long, and we ended up I do believe I played the first night, but I think I had to wait like 2 or 3 hours to actually get in the game. So I kind of made it a habit of coming back to the expansions a little bit after launch, just to kind of avoid those type of woes. But yeah, from there on I kind of just played come back, play the expansion by myself, get a lore master achievement, and I never really got to do the dungeon content. Didn't do the raids, and yeah, I was kind of like a solo World of Warcraft player. That's how I went, and I did that all the way through Cataclysm, Mists of Pandaria, Warlords of Draenor, and 90. Well, maybe I'm learning now. Maybe not 90%. Legion is pretty big, but I got all the way through the main zones of Legion with Lore Master. And I was in the Suramar zone. I just started the Suramar zone when I dropped off. From that point on, as I'm finding out now, Suramar is huge. It's taking me a long time to go through it on our Lore Master series right now. That's kind of been one of our big series that we've been doing. Almost getting to the end of Suramar, but then apparently there's the what's it called, the Waking Shore. There's a couple more little things, and then you go into the Demon World apparently. So that's coming up next, and we'll have that marked off. But going forward from there, I bought Battle for Azeroth, I bought Shadowlands, and I never was able to touch them. I didn't ever log in. But I did get the collector's editions. I do own the collector's editions for. I kind of own it for vanilla. I bought just the art book online, but I don't have the box because I was a scrub and I bought the regular version of World of Warcraft. Boy, am I kicking myself now for that. I wish I had the box. But from Burning Crusade all the way through Shadowlands, I have the collector's edition for every single one. I haven't gotten the physicals for Dragonflight and War Within, but I do own them and they are on my account. Kind of from Legion on, I just really never got to experience any of that content, which is one reason why I started the channel, because I really want to see that content, and I thought if I'm going to be going through a journey that long, I might as well record it. But after doing quite a bit of it now, I've been doing Suramar for a while, doing a lot of different series on the channel. It's going really well, and I'm really enjoying the content. I've been able to reconnect with old friends, been able to introduce new friends like Jerry into the game. He really hasn't had much WoW experience, but we're doing a IRL playthrough together with the Dwarven Brothers series right now. And yeah, it's going really good, but it is a little bit unorganized, and there's all the different versions of WoW right now. There's WoW Retail, which is the one I'm mainly playing. There's WoW Classic that started in 2019 and has progressed all the way up to Cataclysm now. There's WoW 20th Anniversary Classic, which I rolled a character on right before I started streaming. I got up to about level 30 with a mage, but it was off stream, so probably going to redo that there. And then there's Season of Discovery, and I've heard there's another one in the works too, but kind of if you want to put it all in one package, I want to have in all my searches and coming back to the game as a new player, my main thing was I'm really big into the lore, and I don't want to feel like I missed something. You know, I've been playing this game since before World of Warcraft. I played, Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3. So I've been following the story the whole ways, and I wanted to know, where I should start to get back into the story, because it wasn't as simple. There's all the time walking stuff now, which is really confusing. And then there's all these different versions. So I needed to kind of figure out how I would get all of that captured. And the goal is to have basically, of course you're not going to get the whole experience. There's no way to do that, but as close as possible to something on the channel for every phase of WoW that has gone through the year, all the different expansions. And that's kind of like what the main thing that I wanted to talk about in the stream today, kind of just like my current content plan. And I feel kind of, I didn't realize it till I was about halfway through making the graph. I started making it just as a mental note for myself. I use, this is Miro. I use Miro quite a bit as a game developer. And just kind of like plotting out which ones I would do, and like partway through I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna make this into a video. And then I started adding like the box art, not just notes, to make it look a little more presentable. But partway through I started to realize that this was like starting to look like one of the MCU, like Kevin Feige like type graphs here. So I almost feel like I should put on my like little hat or whatever. I don't have a game dev Peon hat, but like maybe I need to make one. But yeah, it's kind of like that same idea of like just like what's coming up on the channel, what is the stuff that's coming soon, what is the stuff that is coming a little bit later after I complete some other stuff, and then what is coming quite a ways down the road that I haven't really figured out yet. So we're just going to run through it really quick. I don't want this video to be too long. I want to keep it, probably about like at 20 minutes if possible. The explanation from here is pretty simple. The graph kind of tells you everything. I'll fill in the blanks though. So we've got a lot of playthroughs going on the channel right now, and you can see here where those fit in. So we've got our main, the one that I've been doing the most, the Lore Master series. It's up to episode 28 right now. That fits in here. Ignore the much later part. Is the only reason that one's on here is because I'm currently on Legion content. I'm kind of like tying up loose ends from what I was playing back when the game launched, or when Legion launched back in the day. I kind of have to do it that way because like I'd already started the Legion or the Suramar quest line, and I didn't have another character that had that content. Eventually this content may be duped up a little bit if we do a legit Legion playthrough, which is in the cards for much later down the road. I think I've had enough Suramar for right now. I don't really want to redo that quickly. But that's where the Lore Master series fits in. The Lore Master series is all about just getting Lore Master for every expansion in WoW here. And here, we could probably do this. We'll add some notes as we go. Here, a type Lore Master. I don't know why, but I feel like that needs to be in yellow, or, let's do orange. It's kind of close to the... So this is where we're at right now. Okay, Cataclysm, I already have Lore Master, so that is taken care of. Pandaria, I have Lore Master, that is taken care of. Draenor, I have Lore Master. And keep in mind, this is just Lore Master, as in like the Blizzard achievement Lore Master. So there are things that I haven't seen in Warlords of Draenor. I have only looked at a couple of the raids and a couple of the dungeons. Pandaria, I have not done any raids or any dungeons, a lot of that stuff, but this is just talking quests right now. That is done. We're gonna put that there because like I'm really close to there. So let's say almost Lore Master here. We'll make a little addendum here. Almost with an exclamation mark because I'm excited about it. Almost Lore Master. And then we also have to add that up here. because Lich King I also I only have I have all the zones except for Ice Crown, the final area there. Only a couple quest lines left, so I could probably knock that out in a weekend if I tried. So that's where we are right now. When it comes to Eastern Kingdoms and Kalamdor, I have almost nothing. I'm slowly working through it on the Lore Master with my Undead Mage, kind of like all these characters. When I start them out as like regular playthroughs, and then once they hit 70, they kind of just pitch in for the Lore Master series. I try to get experience as much as possible, so I'm kind of like rolling new characters to continue the Lore Master achievement. That's where that is, and then that will start to go into here, but it will be picked up with different characters most likely. So in the very near future, as soon as we get done with the Legion content here, almost Lore Master, almost there. As soon as I finish that on my Hunter, who's locked into that progression there because she's the one that has the all the quest progress on it. We're going to finish that off. We'll do all the extra Legion stuff like I think this is called the Waking Shore, and we'll go to, I think it's Argus, the home of them, the demons, and we'll probably knock out the raid content. It'll be soloed raid. Fortunately, that's all I can really do on this channel just because of what I can solo. I can't really get a raid together to do that. I know sometimes they do bring back the time walking stuff, but you have to have a full 5-person group to even join that. So it's just really not feasible. Mine is going to be more from a lore perspective, just like, hey, I did this. We just hit Lore Master on this expansion, or we just did a playthrough of this expansion. Let's check out the dungeons and walk around in them. I'll be massively over leveled for them. Because that's the only way I can do it, but at least we'll get to see what stories are going on. It'll be like a very brief clear the raid, check out the transmogs, things like that, and then we'll move on. And so when we hit Battle for Azeroth here, we're going to finish this off, do Battle for Azeroth. For this one, I have to do a Horde and I have to do a Alliance character for this, just because the experiences are so different from what I've read. Of course, we will be doing the time walking for that, so it'll be a time walking character. We'll roll single characters, or depending on the length of the expansion, it may end up as multiple characters, because it depends on how the expansion works. If it's an expansion where a single character has to progress to a certain point in the story to see later zones, then it'll be one character, and I'm probably partway through I'll just stop getting experience, because at least my experience on the channel so far is you cannot get through a single expansion with one character. You'll be leveled up to level 70 before you finish the expansion, and that means that you're no longer getting experience. Everything is really easy, but if we have to, we'll finish them that way. If it's possible to just roll a new character and do those extra zones, we might do it that way. I'll have to kind of take it as I go on those and see, but there will be, like, on the YouTube, imagine that there will be a World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth playlist, and I'll probably start using that in the titles for the series. I don't have the series made yet, but it'll be a Battle for Azeroth series Horde, Battle for Azeroth series Alliance. From there, we'll go on to Shadowlands. I think that can just be one. I don't think that has to be Horde and Alliance. I'll have to look into it, but I'm pretty sure I can just do it on one character from what people say. Into Dragonflight, into the War Within. I'm not going to be touching any of these until I progress through in these playthroughs, because I want to experience the story as it goes. The World Soul Saga that's been announced, we already know the next expansion is called Midnight, and then there's one after that. I believe that one, the Final Titan, after that. They're already named. And because it's kind of like, almost like an MCU, like Infinity Saga type thing, like I want to be up to date and know the story in order. So it's been rough, but I have not done this before. I was a little unorganized right when I started my channel, and I did at least see the opening sequence of Battle for Azeroth, And I had to go there once to unlock the Volpera and the trolls, which I've got to get pretty soon here. But I've been staying out of these expansions, except for like if a quest brought me there. For example, when I was doing the Undead Heritage armor, doing some Eastern Kingdoms lore master stuff, there was one quest where I had to enter Shadowlands to do one quest inside. I tried to close my eyes as much as I could. It did look really cool from what I saw. I know people don't like Shadowlands, but I'm really excited about it. But I'm staying out of there. Dragonflight's the same way. I did have to roll, or no, I didn't roll a character. I just took my hunter in there. Took my hunter into Dragonflight, made a beeline right for the Dragon Flight quest, so I can have Dragonflight, which speeds up questing for Lore Master quite a bit. So that was a calculated, like, okay, get this. And from there, I did not progress at all. That is... that was not on camera, so it's not on the channel, and it's never going to be on the channel. I'm going to start a video series just for Dragonflight. We'll go through that, and then we'll get into War Within. And once we're in War Within, I expect that I'm going to have a lot of characters at level 80 already. It's already happening. Just doing 5-man dungeons. I have figured out that... I can level 1 to 70 with the time walking mechanics. When I hit 70, I stop getting experience. But from there, I can still hit 80 without going into War Within. If I just do the weekly time walking dungeons, that takes you from 70 to 80 really quick. Gets you some, at least in my opinion, pretty decent gear, because I'm not into current dungeons and mythic stuff. For me, it's really great gear, the timely gear. Yeah, so I should have an army of alts ready to go into War Within, or whatever, or Midnight possibly, as long as this might take. As you can see, this is kind of like a long-term goal, and we'll put this in here. Let's put some more notes here. So 2025. This is a big one, and actually, I'm actually filming this right before I shoot my first episode of this one right here. So I'm so picky about where this type of stuff, where I put it here. We'll put it right there. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm so picky about that stuff, but yeah. So I've actually got this one ready to go right now. Taste of Vanilla. That's what I've labeled the series. I just kind of thought that was a funny name to put for it, because we're gonna do vanilla, but we're gonna do it in the best way that we can. I did quite a bit of research on which one I should be starting, and I've decided that the best way to see the game as close as it was to original is to play on just regular old classic. I'm going to play on the 20th anniversary servers, and the reason for that is the 2019 servers have already proceeded all the way to the Cataclysm. So with the Cataclysm, all those old zones got reworked already. A lot of, the Wrathgate event is removed. I'm just not going to be able to see a lot of the cool stuff from there. So this is going to be a long journey. This, as it says here, it's a 3-year journey here. This is here. From what Blizzard has announced already, the Burning Crusade, the servers for Classic 20th anniversary will be progressing to Burning Crusade in 2026, or end of 2025, or it was 2026, one of the two. This one is a little bit scary because it hasn't really been announced yet, but everybody assumes, and I would assume too, just thinking about their plans, they are going to be going into Lich King most likely, and I would guess they probably just go as they did with the 2019 servers after that. It's kind of just like a reset, giving people a chance to get back into it again. I wouldn't be surprised if they keep resetting it over and over as long as people keep coming back. But yeah, so the goal is for this section up here, and this starts tonight, literally right after I filmed this video. This is going to start. I have the Alliance side keyed up and ready to go. We're going to start, you may have seen him in the opening credits there. I have a motion graphic for it. We're going to start a Dwarven Hunter. And one reason why I picked the Dwarven Hunter for this is just because I played a Hunter main from Burning Crusade on. So I want more Hunter practice because I think I might main it as my main. It's either currently my main character is either going to be my Hunter or my Undead Mage. Blood Elf Hunter or Undead Mage. Those are the two classes that I've connected with the most. I've been playing a Death Knight quite a bit recently with the duo for the Into the Void series. That's another one I need to do in here. Yeah, I forgot. Villainous will be mad if I don't put his series. Into the Void is a series where we basically we're friends from oh wow, since I was 18 years old. I'm 44 now. I've been friends for about like 25 years. I don't know how to do math. I'm an artist, remember. But we've been friends for that long, and we haven't really talked much over the last 10 years, but he has continued to play WoW. Where I fell off, he continued on, so he's more of an expert on everything than I am. But me starting to stream has just kind of been a good excuse to get the band back together again. Been kind of reconnecting and having a lot of cool chats on and offline, but mostly online because I kind of want to get that as part of the series. But basically just catching up over WoW. Life has changed a lot. I think 10 years ago he would have been living in Japan and I was back in the States working for Infinity Ward and places like that in the game industry. And now it's kind of switched. He's back in the States now and I'm in Japan now. So we've got a lot to catch up on. We've got a lot in common, and he's a really good storyteller as well. So content with him is probably going to be, he very possibly he could be in a lot of these series, I think. But yeah, we're currently doing that. We're on episode 12, I believe. Our characters are now, I think I'm level 58 or so. Yeah, we're getting really high really quick. So that series will probably be retired pretty soon. So we'll need to get Villainous on a different one. That's the thing. It's we're not going into War Within. Once we max out our characters, there's not really very much we can do with them because I want to experience these. Until I can get through these, we can't really just get on stream together and play War Within. So he's probably going to be tagging along for a lot of these. I know he was interested in the Alliance playthrough that I've got going on tonight, but he would probably be more of with the Into the Void series, we only play those characters when we're together online. But as far as these, I've got level caps to hit, and it's gonna take quite a bit of time, I think, to get through it. But he's really good at leveling too, so kind of be days that he's free. We are on different time zones, so that's a little bit. Let me restart our music here. We're on different time zones. That makes it a little hard sometimes, but he would probably tag on for a lot of these. I'm going to be doing this. So the goal of this year for me, at least for World of Warcraft Classic, is to get these two characters ready for Burning Crusade when that launches. I want to have all of that on film, the 1 through 60, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. 1 through 60 experience. Horde and Alliance. We're not going to be able to hit every quest. I will do my best, as time permits, but I do want to have a character that's gone through the content. We'll hit as much of it as possible, and before Burning Crusade opens up in 2026, we'll do Burning Crusade. We'll do as much as we can there, and this is with the same character because they will be progressing. We're not going to roll alts or do anything like that for Classic. It'll just be the one character. I think it's probably going to be... I'm probably going to stick to my two mains that I have a big possibility of maining. Alliance, I'm doing the Hunter, Dwarf Hunter. For Horde, I haven't decided on race, but I am going to play a Mage because I really do feel like Mage might be my actual class that I'm going to be maining. It's one of the two, so we'll kind of give both of those a really good shake through the next few years and see which one, maybe I'll play both, but I do think that'll be cool to just kind of experience those classes as they were. Getting a frog in my throat here from talking too much. Or as close as that you can to the old experience throughout the classic area. I put this on here because at some point I will do a hardcore playthrough. It's not going to be a very long playthrough. I guarantee you that. I'm not a very highly skilled player. I'm not topping any damage charts. You might see me sucking it up in your group, so if you do, just please be kind. I'm trying my best, but I don't expect to get very far in hardcore. I probably would do, if I do it, I'm playing around with ideas right now. It's kind of not formed yet, but the hardcore is the most popular form of WoW right now. So as a streamer and a content creator, it's probably smart that I get in on some of it. I'm not going to be in OnlyFans or anything like that. I guarantee they would not have me. It seems like they're pretty strict. This would be just me, probably playing with. It'd be cool if I could get Villainous in for that one. Maybe we could actually survive a little bit longer. But I've got ideas about like maybe doing like a death tally or something like that, and I don't know how long it would go on. Probably till I got frustrated with it. But like maybe we'd do a death count and see how far we can get. Set a goal and just see if we can get there. It's not going to be 60 because I guarantee I'm not going to make it to 60. I die way too often. I died talking once on stream. I was talking and I ended up drowning because I was talking and not paying attention. I've fallen off my mount multiple times. It's not going to happen. So this is here, but this is a little ways off. I'd say probably in the next couple months I'll probably get a playthrough started for that. But when I say playthrough, probably just the starting areas until it's those group quests, like when I start hitting elite mobs and stuff, that's when it's going to be bad. I'd be really afraid to do the dungeons. I don't know. It'll be interesting for sure, but I don't think it'll be very long-lived. That'll be a little aside that we do. Much later, and this would be much later, as I said, the main goal of the series of the channel for World of Warcraft is to have all of these content, or all of this content on stream in playlists, so you can kind of, whoa, my camera just, there's some motion I've been doing. I think it's something with my hands here. If I do that, it zooms in on me. I don't like that. Yeah, let's see if I can do it again. Is it this? What did I do? No. Okay, won't happen again. It's kind of being a jerk. Yeah, so it's done like 3 or 4 times today, but we'll try to not make hand gestures. So much later on I want to have playlists for every single expansion, and you can see for the ones that really need it, like Classic is one I think that really needs it because of how big Eastern Kingdoms and Kalamdor is. I'm going to have a Horde Alliance, one of each. That won't be the case probably for Burning Crusade, just because it's a lot of content to get through. Although, as I say that, I will have the characters up to level, so yeah, I'm probably going to have to, at least for these 3 expansions, do a Horde Alliance all the way up. Luckily, that's spread out over 3 years, so it should be fine. It's a lot of work for sure, but it will be rewarding, I think, to have those characters all the way up. So we'll do Horde Alliance for those. Also, though, if I'm doing that, I played through Cataclysm, I played through Pandaria, I played through Draenor, I've almost played through Legion, but I wasn't a streamer when I was doing that. I wasn't recording any of that. I want to have that on my channel, though. I want to have those playthroughs. You never know when that type of stuff is going to be pulled out. I'm already thinking that, the first one, even though this is much later, I need to start before too long, because right now Classic, the first version of Classic, the 2019 Classic, is on Cataclysm right now. I am worried that when it progresses to Mists of Pandaria, which is pretty soon here, the Worgen and Goblin starting zones are going to be destroyed, because in current game, I didn't know about this when I started my Worgen Warrior playthrough, but not only can you not do a lot of the starting area stuff, but the quests that follow on after that have just been removed from the game totally. I thought it was kind of odd when I was doing the Worgen Warrior because we had like it was a real confusing thing with the Worgen Warrior because I started on Exile's Reach not knowing as a new player. I thought that's where you start characters. Played through Exile's Reach and I was like, okay, we did Exile's Reach, but I really want to see the Worgen starting area. So we'll take this character and we'll take him to Gilneas and just pick up the starter quests and go through that whole area. Well, to my surprise, you can't do that. If you've done the starter quests on the island, you can't go back into Gilneas and do it. You have to choose it at the beginning. So that it made a situation where we said, okay, we're going to pause this playthrough of the guy that I've already got to like level 15 or something. And I'm going to make a flashback character who's just this will be his younger days when the stuff in Gilneas happened. So I rolled a new character, went through all that Gilneas stuff, but I actually got really attached to that version of the character for some reason. His name is Flashback Pup, so it's like he's got a name that he was just supposed to be used for a couple episodes to play that content, and then he was going to disappear into the ether. But it turns out the original character that I rolled, he's the one that ended up disappearing. By the time I got through the Gilneas stuff, I was way past him in level. I think I was like level 22 or something. So it just made sense to keep on going with that. But it got really weird because I got through all of that Gilneas content, what I thought was all of it, but it seemed like the war with the undead was ramping up, and then all of a sudden they put you on a boat to Tildrassil, which was cool because I had actually never been to Tildrassil before, and told me to go to Darkshore, I believe. Yeah, Darkshore, I think. And I didn't realize it, but from there it just goes right into Cataclysm content, and it seemed like something was missing. And later on I found out that all of those continuation quests for Gilneas have been taken out of the game. Something similar happened with the goblins too. So I think sooner than later I need to at least get the Worgen and Goblin starter areas knocked out so I can have experience that. I did both of them, when the expansion first came out, but it was so long ago I can't remember it, and I'd kind of like to see it before it's removed. So probably sooner than later I'll do like a really short series of just like the Gilnean starter area with those quests. We'll just do that zone basically all the way to the end, and then we'll do the Goblin zone all the way to the end. Eventually we'll do the same thing with Pandaria. We'll probably just in retail, because the time walking I think works pretty good for Lore Master, or for Pandaria. So we'll play through that, get that on the channel, and we'll basically have a playlist for each expansion. That is the goal. So once I finish my Lore Master here, there will be 2 new characters for this, 1 character for this, 1 character for this, and all characters will be dumped into here. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. The first thing we're getting to though is I'm going to start with the Alliance character because I have to get going on this, or I'm not going to make it in time. But yeah, it's going to be kind of a long journey, but I think this will probably work. I'm sure that I'll definitely alter things as I go. There's going to be hitches. There's going to be probably some stuff that I won't have access to, and I have to kind of change the plan. But I kind of just wanted to put this there on the channel just so people know like what I'm doing. It's not like some random, oh, he's doing this one this day, this one this day. There is a plan. It's just a little haphazard, and it's kind of forming as we go. I will try to get to all this stuff, and we'll have some really cool playlists for you though. It's going to be crazy the number of videos this is going to take to do. I'm already World of Warcraft videos. You guys haven't seen it on, you wouldn't know from the YouTube channel yet, but for example, like the Worgen Warrior series, currently just yesterday I uploaded episode 3, which I filmed at the beginning of January. It's February 15th now. I'm already up to 14 on that. the Lore Master series is on episode 28. I've only uploaded up to 13, I believe. Into the Void is only on maybe episode 3 right now on YouTube, and so I've got a lot of episodes that are already filmed. So I probably we've got at least about 50, 60 episodes filmed already. These playlists are going to be massive, but hopefully in the end we'll see a really cool playlist for Vanilla, Horde Alliance, for Burning Crusade, and just keep it going all the way up to the current content, because it's something that I just really can't really find on YouTube myself. I can find individual playthroughs for different things, but I don't really see it on one channel. It probably does exist somewhere and I just haven't found it, but I don't think there's enough of it. I think for new players coming back, it would be cool if there was playlists where they could kind of just catch up on all that content without having to do it themselves, because a lot of people just don't have the time to play through all this content. I have a lot of time right now. Luckily, my job affords me quite a bit of time to also do streaming. A little bit too much time, really. I'm kind of feeling a little bit redundant these days, so I hope everything goes well with that. But yeah, I'm going to try to do the content so you don't have to. I think you should do the content too, because it's really fun. But if for some reason you guys can't get to this stuff, or you just really like watching me play stuff, all the merrier. But yeah, one other thing that before we go on this, I promise I am wrapping up here. Let's see, where was that? So the other thing, it's right there to here. Let me move this for a second. We'll move this so my logo is not blocking it here. So this is another thing that I have in the works. This is going to be coming sooner than later. I would say that this one here would be in the, let's say, yeah, probably much later. Dungeons. This should actually say zone. Oh, I'm sorry, raid. And then we have one more for very, very far future. This is like when I'm 3-4 years into this and just can't figure out anything else to do. These are the type of videos that I'll do. I would like to have, because I'm an environment artist, I would like to go through all the zone. So basically have edited 20-30 minute target length videos for deep dives into the WoW lore for dungeons. That would be basically me walking around recording B-roll for each of the dungeons. That would be like focusing. These aren't going to be guides. I'm not a person who should be giving you advice on how to play World of Warcraft. I just want people to kind of drink in the vibes of the dungeon, see the character models that people created, see the cool environments, go up to the bosses and actually take a look at like what they look like before they get taken down in 5 seconds like they do in 5-mans now. Because me as a returning player, I feel like I'm really spoiling myself by doing those 5-man dungeons on stuff that I've never seen before. It's not a good way to like see the content. And even the few that I have seen from I've done a couple here and there that I've ran into dungeons or what was it? Yeah, like the 5-man, because we did Burning Crusade first, and I'd never done Burning Crusade dungeons. I was a solo player at that time, and it was just a really bad way to experience. So I want to go through them slowly, look at everything, look at the quests that are involved with them, not like a quest guide, but just like, hey, these are the stories that are happening in this dungeon, and kind of check it out and make a 15, 20, 30 minute video. I've not really decided yet, but maybe 30 would be the best the way I talk. I planned on this being about 20 minutes, and look, we're already 45 minutes in. So yeah, want to do one of those pretty soon, because I have Adobe Premiere now and we're gonna start playing with that. I'll make my stupid YouTube thumbnails where I'm like really big, looking all surprised or looking really like educated, or I'll have to work on that one. But we'll do that. After that would probably be the same thing, but for raids. And then finally, when we're just like starved for some other type of content create, I would start documenting all the different zones. Those would probably be shorter just because there's so many of them. Like maybe just do quick 15-minute things on each zone, starting with vanilla and moving on. Just kind of like some B-roll from like all the major quest hubs. These are like the major NPCs that are telling you to do stuff. This is like the atmosphere. Just, you know, I'd probably mix in some of my game developer knowledge and experience in there, and just reacting to the amazing world which is Azeroth. So yeah, I think that's probably going to do it for now. That was a lot longer than I thought, but you know, I'm still kind of figuring this stuff out in my mind right now. It's going to take a while. There will be changes, but that is the current plan. I've got an episode to film though. We're going to start right now. I have it all keyed up after I get some water though. But yeah, I look forward to it. It's going to be a hell of a journey. Let's see where we are in a couple years here. Hopefully most of this is checked off by that time. At that time, we should be getting into Wrath of the Lich King, as long as Blizzard sticks to their schedule, right? All right, so yeah, gonna go ahead and let the orc take us out, and some of his buddies too. Thanks for staying to the end if you're watching this, or if you just skip through, thank you too. Have a good night, guys.